Reading response number 5, Norming the Norm by Lauren Chun. The artifact. Those in the higher echelons of the social, economical, and cultural hierarchy try to norm the norm, while modern culture also seeks to elevate those select few above the dictates of normalcy. Synthesizing the readings. In Davis's article, Disability, Normality, and Power, he discusses the origin of the word normal. This word didn't enter the English language until 1855, and normality and normalcy didn't appear until 1849 and 1857. Before that, there was the ideal as established by the Greeks and Romans and manifested in their art, such as Venus de Milo by Alexandros and Dorophoros by Polykleitos. These statues exhibited the ideal form, what everyone wanted but, by its very definition, could never achieve. Likewise, when normal and the norm entered the English language, it became clear that being normal was created by the masses, a social construct that was created by the people for the people. Eventually, the use of statistics and eugenics, weeding out the undesirables to create the perfect human, led to the establishment of the bell curve by Galton around 1884. Once established, those charged with finding traits that were desirable realized that these would fall outside of the main part, making them outliers. When looking at the information as human traits, these sought-after characteristics, such as height and intelligence, would become errors, when really they were to be seen as wanted traits. In order to combat this, Galton changed how one viewed the bell curve. Galton substituted the idea of ranking for the concept of averaging. That is, he changed the way one might look at the curve from one that used the mean to one that used the median. He then proceeded to divide the bell curve into quarters to establish a ranking system, where those that fell in the first quartile were of low intelligence, and those falling in the fourth quartile possessed high intelligence. This is where we see that the norm becomes a social standard. No one wants to be an outlier. The new ideal of ranked order is powered by the imperative of the norm, and then is supplemented by the notion of progress, human perfectibility, and the elimination of deviance to create a dominating, hegemonic vision of what the human body should be. However, those that rise above this middle line, people with higher intelligence, greater beauty, etc., are encouraged to pursue and exploit these traits, while those that fall below are hidden and pushed away. To connect to other readings, Davis discusses a similar theme in his book, The End of Identity Politics, on disability as an unstable category. On one particular quote he states, quote, "What is universal in life, if there are universals, is the experience of the limitations of the body. Yet the fantasy of culture, democracy, capitalism, sexism, and racism, to name only a few ideologies, is the perfection of the body and its activities. As Paul Gilroy writes, the reoccurrence of pain, disease, humiliation, grief, and care for those one loves can all contribute to an abstract sense of human similarity powerful enough to make solidarities based on cultural particularity appear suddenly trivial. It is this aspect of experience, a dismodern view, that seems suddenly to be, at the beginning of the 21st century, about the only one we can justify." End quote. Although scientists of the past have strived to create a norm and to raise those select few above to be the next generation of hierarchical leaders, the theme that connects us all as human beings is the very fact that we are human. We experience the same joys and woes, whether we fall above or below the line of normalcy.